Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, and this is video 5, which is page 4 in our series Once Upon a Time. It's a mini photo album, and here we go. Now, I'm recording this out of order, so I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this is the page that we'll be making in video 6. So I think it turned out pretty cool. Okay, so for this page, let me get out my list. You are going to need 4 of the 8.5 by 11 black cardstock. You're going to need 4 magnets and 2 of the printed photo mat papers, which are the printed papers that look like this from the kit, and I gave you the link to that below the video. So this oh, and you're going to need the pages from the Once Upon a Time pad from Die Cuts with a View. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you real quick is I was talking to my friend Lisa Fisher, who's one of the 2 people, well, she was the first person that got me started doing these mini journals and or mini albums, and I was showing her this page, and I told her that this was originally going to be page 4, which is this page, but I really liked the way the prints page, remember this card goes on here like this, turned out, and I was afraid that if this crossy thing with the things didn't turn out, that I would end up ruining this page. And so she reminded me that the mistake that I had made, and it's the mistake that I've made since the very beginning of doing this, is that you and it's the exact same thing I do when I make a journal. That's what's so funny, is that I can't believe I didn't think about it or didn't realize it as I was doing it, is you take a piece of paper, the cardstock that you've made the base out of, and you build the page on that. And then if you make a mistake, you haven't made a mistake in your book, you've just made a mistake on the page. Duh. So it's too late for this book. We're going to continue on actually messing around with the actual book and hoping for a miracle, I guess. But so that was the one thing I wanted to tell you. And the other thing is that the reason that we're leaving these blank places is for people to put photos. Now, this is not a huge photo area book. This is kind of more of a storybook / look at it to enjoy it book. But if you were going to, or when you're making them and you're going to leave spots for photographs, this is what I did, and it's real simple, is I made templates for each of the sizes of the most common sizes of photographs: 3 by 5, 4 by 6, 6 by 4, I mean 5 by 7. And when I cut these out, instead of having them loose everywhere, I just punched a hole in the corner and I put a little ring through it. And then whenever I need to find out if something will fit on the page that I'm making, then I can say, okay, one of these and one of these will fit right on there, which is exactly what we're going to do on this page. But and then I wrote on this one, because we're doing this one for this page, the size of the mat, which is the black area around this, that you need. So I'm going to go back and do it on the rest of mine, but what I did was I added 1/4 of an inch to the size, so that leaves 1/8 of an inch. And I know that on the book pages themselves, we're doing like 1/16 of an inch area around, but I really wanted to kind of bring focus to the photos when they are in there, and so I made it a little bit bigger, you know, black area around. So those were the 2 pieces of business. Now, the papers we're going to use for this page are the unicorn pages. So we've got this unicorn page, and then we're going to use this page, and let me show you why. The other 2 pages that we're going to use to fill in around our sparkly part and cutoffs is this map and it says Treasure Island on it, and that's not really our fairy tale, but we're going to cover it with those 3x5 card things, so we still just have the map in the background, which goes along with our theme of the prince being on an adventure. And then the scroll looks like something a map would be written on, and so for our background on one of the pages of this section, we're going to use some of this that looks more like the paper that the map would be drawn on. Okay, so that's our little story for this page, the chapter in our fairy tale. So now I went ahead and did a little bit so that you wouldn't have to watch me do it. I made the little cards, and I'll talk about those in a minute. And so to put this page together, we're going to need a flap. It's going to go like this. And then there's going to be two pieces that are almost like a belly band. One piece is going to go this way, or almost like a belt. One piece is going to go this way. Whoops. And the other piece is going to go this way to hold it, the flap down. All right. They're going to overlap. The right one's going to be on the top. And so there's going to be a magnet in the middle here. And I was still worried about this kind of being poofy and moving around. So I decided to put a magnet under this one as well, which I know means that we don't need these, but I wanted to put them on the page to do something different, okay, than just a flap page. So now you can, if you want to, put one of the spinner closures on here instead, like this. These are called game spinners. They're by Tim Holtz. There'll be a link to those too. But I'm not sure I wanted to use them 2 pages in a row. These pages will face each other. So I don't know if that's good, bad, or not. But I decided to go ahead and just use a magnet. By the time we get to it, I may change my mind. You never know. So we're going to put this top flap on. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, that was fun. I had to reset my little timer so that we keep our video length the right length for the computer. My computer's not liking long videos for some reason. Okay, so we're going to glue on the flap. And the measurements are in the PDF. Oh, if you're a member of Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, at the end of each project I release, or most projects, I release a PDF that has all the instructions step by step on how to do the project. Now, this project is an exception in that I am making a PDF, but I'm going to release it at the beginning so that you have all the measurements and everything. Okay, now this isn't quite as wide as the page, so we're going to put it on here. Sorry about seeing my head. And we're going to center it. I used chalk, my chalk pencil, my pastel pencil, to draw where I wanted the edges to be. I'm just double checking where it is. Okay. Oh, I wanted to put this back over here. All right. Let's check this. Yeah, we got some glue seepage. Okay. Now we're going to glue these on left and right. I'm being attacked by baby wipes. Sorry about that. And So let's glue the right one on. I did the same thing. Don't forget to mark the top of your page so that you know where it's going to be. I'm going to glue this. Now you want to make sure, if you don't want this exactly in the center, that's fine. I didn't really measure. I just kind of held them on there and put them where I thought they would look good. And then I made a mark with my white pencil. Now also, since there's going to be a magnet in the back of this one, I also marked the approximate spot that the magnet's going to be. You guys probably know all this from watching all the other videos. You just want to know what we're doing for each page. But it is easier to do it the correct way, because if you make a mistake, then you don't, have to figure out something drastic to do. And then also, you can rearrange the order of the pages before you glue them on. There's several reasons that it's better to do it the way you're supposed to. Okay. And I did the same thing with these. I think I said that. I marked the approximate spots on the magnets that correspond to under here and under the flap, and I did the same thing. I wrote the approximate spot for the magnet on there. That glued down. All right. It's real big and wide, like a Santa Claus belt. Instead of a tummy tuck, we'll just call this a belt. Now, something else that I was thinking about was maybe putting something on here. Now, I don't know if you can see that there's something drawn on here, but this is for a different project. And so it's got a butterfly drawn on it. But maybe putting something right here so that when we have this closed, and these are across here, it isn't just that. I was thinking about gluing this on here. In fact, I think that looks pretty good. But we have to paper everything first, and then we would glue this on. And we would have to put something on here, some kind of paper. Okay, so now this paper is our unicorn page. So we're going to put our unicorn right here. So let's kind of like to get, well, his wing goes all the way over here. I was going to say I would kind of like to get more of this, in. I think we could maybe move him over just a little bit and it wouldn't hurt anything. Then we would get more of the sparkles in on the page. So let's do that. But now we're going to cut across first. So we've got all this plus these two, this strip across here where the glittery part is going to be our belt papers. That's my plan anyway. But we're going to go ahead and mark here. And we're going to mark here. And then along came Jones. Oh, sorry. That's another one of those old people jokes. So I think it qualifies as bad joke number 1 for this video. That's what I think. That's awful close to being too wide. I'll trim it if I need to. Okay, I'm going to move it straight over. And move it up like that. And then move right. Draw the line just a little bit below. Make it where I can see it. And then we're going to cut this off, obviously. That's what the marks are for. And we're going to cut it off here. So now we've got those scraps to work with. That turned out nice. Oh, except for I didn't do my vertical one on this side. No wonder it was too big. Remember, we moved the page over. Looks even better without that little bit of brown up the side. Look at that. Got it right on the first try, she says confidently. Top. Nice big page. Don't really want to have to cut that out of the only other page we have of this. Okay. So my dog's going crazy again, as usual. He has to make an appearance in each video. I think he feels left out. He hears me back here talking. I don't know why I'm not talking very much today. Now, instead of taking a chance on getting glue on the front of the page, let's put it on like this. I know that you can't see part of this. I apologize. But it's either you can't see part or I can't see part. I think I'm going to vote for you can't see part. So I'm just measuring, I'm just centering it on that page. That little bit of black border around. Okay, so that's going to be our unicorn. I like that. Then on each one of these, we're going to make this area right here and right here be on the corners. Now I'm wondering, this one's going to be on top. I'm wondering, oh, well, I cut them that long because of the length of this. Yeah. So let's measure here. And then we'll measure here. I just got a new Fire Stick for my TV, so now my house is completely and officially Alexa'd or Amazon'd. So everything I do is now being spun. Oh, I said her name, so now she's talking. It's really funny. Anyway, but I turned off all the notifications. A friend that I have told me the instructions on how to go in and turn off all of the notifications and all that stuff. Did I measure? Yeah, I did. Oh, look at that nice scrap. Okay, yeah, so let's put these over here so I don't get confused. Okay. It's a good thing we're not inking all this, huh? Okay, now we're going to use this for the other side, but we're going to have to measure it individually. Okay. So this is going to go on just like this. I almost wish we had something to put here, but we're not doing any fussy cutting or anything in this project. You know, I want to put this piece over there, and I'll tell you why. Because if we do it like this, then it will look like wings, right? Like this and like this. Whereas if I did it the other way around, which is what I was going to do, to focus on the corners, then it looks like you're focused on the corners, which is fine. But yeah, I'm going to do it this way so that this shows on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to glue this. So anyway, she told me how to fix it. Well, actually her husband and her both over video chat on Messenger, which is just too funny. You can hear him in the background going, "Did she check this?" And then my friend's going, "He says, did you check?" I'm like, "Yes. Yes, I did." And then I realized that no, I hadn't. That was why it wasn't working. So, Techie Terry had to call for tech assistance. Even though I had actually done everything correct, I just missed clicking the very last button, or the very last option in the menu. You know, the one that made everything work after making all the changes to the default setup. Okay, now on this side, we want to measure from here. Don't forget, and don't accidentally do it to where where this is like this. Okay. So let's mark this top. Okay. We're going to put this on here like this. And we're going to measure just a little bit inside. A little bit inside. That is a little bit short. I had a little bit of difference between the two lines. Oh no, it's all right. It'll be all right. Okay. Now I do wish there was more. It looks very plain to me. And don't forget, we got to do our magnets before we glue any other paper on. That was probably why this video seemed like it was going by really quickly. So I'm going to glue this paper on. We're at 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause for a second, get the video set up for the second half, and then we will come back and do the magnets first. Okay? Okay, we're back. Did you go to the restroom during your break? Get all that stuff done, have a snack, whatever. Okay, now what we're going to do next, I've cut all the papers while we were gone. And I wanted to show you, this is all that was left out of 3 12 by 12s. So that worked out pretty good. That's only offcut plus the little piece that says treasure map. So we're going to put a magnet down here for this flap. Okay. And then we're going to put a magnet here for this flap. I think it needs to be moved up a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to tape it down. Playing with magnets. You know, now that I started taping them, I really don't mind doing them at all. They're kind of fun. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's far enough back that when we put the paper on the underside, on this side, that it's far enough back from the edge. So I think I'm going to put it there. Plus, you know, if we did the page off the book like we're supposed to, we wouldn't have to worry about the magnets that are on the other side. You know what I mean? Messing with the magnets we're trying to put on this side. I can't believe I didn't think of it. Then we're already on page 4, which I've done page 5 because I've already recorded video 6. So, and if you're inspired to do a page, this is what Lisa said to me. What if you're inspired with an idea for a page and you want to do the page, but you're not ready for it yet? You can make the page and you can set it aside and it's all ready to go. All you have to do is glue it onto the base. And I thought, yes, what a great idea. What a very, very great idea. And like I said, I do it with books. When I make a book, all the time. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, now we're going to get our magnets for the other side. So now what we're going to do, and find the side that where they stick together, you're going to put a piece of tape with the sticky side up. And then you're just going to flip it over. Oops. Oopsie. And you're just going to flip it over, smush it around. You know, I think that's too close to the end for the paper. I think I'm going to move it in just a little bit, just to be safe. You know, where I was going to put it originally, and then I moved it out. I know, don't laugh. No, it's okay if you laugh. Perfectly fine. Get the tape stuck. Lift it up, and like magic. Yeah, that's much better. And the fact that that little teeny bit is folded over is fine. The magnet is much taller. And so if the paper will cover the magnet fine, then it will cover that fine. Okay, so now we've got those. Now all we need is the one for the underside of this one. Are we going to have the same problem with this one? No, I think this one's going to be fine. So that's the way that one wants to go. Put the piece of tape. Okay. Bring this flap down. No, I think this is too close. Because, you know, this is only 7 inches long. Well, you probably didn't know that because I didn't tell you the measurements. They're in the PDF. But it is. Okay, hold on just 1 second while I turn that off. Sorry about that. That was to remind me to take my medicine, which of course I took right before I started filming. Or recording, not filming. It's not like I'm a big Hollywood director. I don't know, I probably could be. Could interpret a script. And have the stunt director do the stunts once you tell them what you want to do. Okay. So we got that. And then this folds over. And that folds over like that. Yeah, I like that much better. I think it's going to lay a lot flatter. So now all we have to do is our papers, and we will be done. I'm going to put our photo mats on. One here. One here. Well, they're kind of close, aren't they? And then one here. And one here. Yeah, this one's fine because it's 8 inches. This one's only 7 inches. I think it'll be alright once we put the paper on. Oh, I can move this one down to here. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. I was looking at the wrong edge on that, so we'll have to glue those down too. Okay. So what I did was when I cut this out, I even though it's not the right way, it's north is this way, north might be that way on the map. So I cut it so the key to the direction, north, south, east, and west, is still on the picture. I saved the words treasure map, but I really don't feel like it fits, you know, our story. I mean, the treasure is the princess, but still, I'm just not feeling it. Getting ready to craft with some of my friends here in about 45 minutes. I'm excited. It's so much fun. Last week, we started at 4 my time and ended at 1 my time. 1 a.m., 4 p.m. We could have kept going, except for some of us were getting very, very, very tired. We have health issues as well. So even though we were willing to go, you know what I mean? Some of us just couldn't sit in our chairs anymore. But a Saturday night, you know, it's kind of fun to hang out and have some fun. We deserve it, right? I can't work on this while we're chatting and whatever because I have to film it. I mean, I don't have to, but I am. Okay, so now our map goes here. And don't worry, we'll be covering treasure map. There's a baby crying on the TV show in the living room. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I turned it down, but I'm afraid now that I didn't turn it down far enough. I think that's going to look nice. I'm still debating. I've got this little piece right here, and I thought if I bordered it in the black that I might put a non-functioning piece right here, you know, to kind of break this up a little bit. And I still may do it, but I'm still thinking about it. I haven't decided, so I'm not going to do anything. And I also may emboss all these little stars and make them sparkly. So I'm thinking about that as well. We're not really doing a whole lot of, you know, embellishments and ephemera on this. This is kind of a pretty straightforward, you know, make the book, put the paper on kind of girl. But there will definitely be others because I got some really cool bling from a friend of mine from her Etsy store. It's called Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling. So I guess that gives you an idea of what she sells in her Etsy store. And she was nice enough to send me a whole bunch of lace and stuff to use. So I'm definitely going to be embracing a shabby chic, probably. Probably a book. Probably just a 2 signature book. Or maybe a stack with lace. That would be kind of neat. Maybe I could do steampunk with lace. That would even be neater. Okay. Open this back up. We can move it over. Okay. Okay, I know this is probably partially off of the screen again. Too bad, so sad. Put that down over the magnet. And you can see, you can't even tell where the magnet is there. And you can't see the magnets here at all. So we're doing good. I need just a smidge of glue right there. As much glue as I put in the corners, I can't believe I missed that little spot. Okay. I'm going to turn this around. Now, I have to remember to put the scroll on the right way up. You know, I may just put one photo mat right here because of the way the picture is. Now that I look at it, and put two down here, then I'll have one for some other page that we're doing. I think that's going to be my plan, because I want to be able to see the scroll on this one. I've already had to order more paper this month. It was getting kind of low on my 350 pages. I know, it's hard to believe that a person would use that many pages. But I buy a lot of kits, and even if I don't use them right away, I like to print them out and look at them. Because they're my shiny new toys. So the top is going to become the bottom, because we're gluing it upside down. This looks like it came out just a smidge short. I'd rather have it a little long in the center, the gap, than to have it up here. So let's slide this up here a little bit. Not really sure what treasure map would have bling on it anyway. A blingy mat. Or map. A blingy map. Could put something here maybe on the stars, little bitty white ones. Something to think about. I'm just thinking though, if I put it on one page, I could go back through and look and see. Alright, so we're going to glue our mats on here, put one up here, and put one down here, and it's going to cover our treasure map. We're going to cover the words. Well, the cove doesn't matter really. Just want to cover up the words that say treasure map. I'm bound and determined. So I came up with the idea of putting the actual mats on. Probably should have done this, you know, earlier. Cut some of the bigger ones down, but you know, 3x5 it's not necessarily a popular size. I think most people do 6x4 right now. I couldn't do two 6x4s because that's 12 and not 8. So I probably should have measured this, but I am going to eyeball it because that's the kind of gal I am. A little piece of schmutz. Now we're going to put this one over here. Would be kind of neat to have a little piece on there with the word unicorn, maybe embossed on in, you know, silver. I'm just gonna have to think about that. There might be some stuff I could do, you know, all the way through to make it a little more special, kind of tell the story. People aren't, I'm not going to be there to go. And the prince went off on an adventure to find the princess. And once we put these on, we could ink them if we wanted to, you know, put some kind of decoration. We could do the same up here. That's totally up to you. Let me stand up. They don't look straight. That one doesn't. Okay, now they look straight. Now I'm going to put one here. On that movie, when I was in the other room getting a glass of pop, there was a woman singing a hymn, but singing it in an opera voice, opera style. It was so beautiful. I just had to stop and watch it, even though I had no idea what the movie was about. I almost wanted to cry. It was so beautiful. So, so beautiful. And I'm not really a fan of hymns, and I'm not a fan necessarily of opera. I do like Phantom of the Opera, which is sort of like an opera. It's sung, a lot of the songs are opera, because it's set at an opera house. So I want to get this halfway between the difference of those, but lined up in a logical spot on here. Okay, I think that's good. Sorry about the top of my head. I have to stand up to do this. Okay, so sound like a 14-year-old boy. So, mother. Okay. So we're done with this one, as far as I can tell. So this is going to come down here. These are going to crisscross here. And now we've got our page. That almost looks like two eyes looking at you. I'm not sure now that I do want to break that up. I kind of like the cleanness of it. I'm going to think about it, and then I will let you know when we come back for page 7 for me, but page 6 for you. You'll get them in order, obviously. And so I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.